Previously, for Mirror Bright.
Cosplay that I've started to work on is the Mjolnir Mark VI armor from Halo 3, the Master Chief, particularly from Halo 3. Yeah, the armor is going to be all foam, including the boots, which I'll just get some cheap black boots and put foam over those. Now it is time to add in little details and add little pieces to that foam to actually make it look even better. That's going to involve a lot of using my rotary tool to soften edges, to add indents and markings to the foam to kind of build more of a 3D shape to it. And I can show you some before and after pictures of that when I get done. Let's go.
Hey, this is Daniel from Mirror Bright, and welcome back to our vlog series on creating Master Chief from Halo 3. As previously talked about in our other video, go watch that video, we got most of the construction done of the main suit out of foam, and now I am cutting out the details for that armor to kind of give it more of a 3D shape. And I've found that when using these Papakura templates for foam, a lot of the details get lost because you're putting together these bigger pieces. And so going back in and refining that template and finding those little pieces that you can add smaller pieces of foam to, it makes each of the foam parts look so much better. So once the parts are traced onto foam, I use 2mm HD foam here. And it's cut out using my X-Acto knife. I use some super glue just to glue it into place where I wanted to go. Very easy. So here's an example of the shoulder piece before the details are put onto it. And here is the shoulder piece after the details. You can see the 2mm foam that's been added and how much better it does look. Now that all the details have been put onto the main foam armor, I'm going back with my rotary tool and soften edges and to bring out those details even a little bit more, make it look, less jagged and more, what's the best way to put this, just more natural. Now that the chest piece is completely done, I want to show it off just a little bit more. You can see how much better it looks with those details, especially down here. And with the edges rounded, it just looks so fantastic. I'll say it 100 times, the chest piece is my favorite part of this costume. All right, so I've done all of the detail pieces for the initial foam of Master Chief, including my favorite piece of the whole thing is this chest piece. I think it's just most what your eye is drawn to, besides maybe the helmet. But the helmet, of course, is going to be 3D printed. I'm concerned the chest piece ended up being too small, so I might have to redo that, which will be a bummer, but this is actually the second one I've done. The first one was way too big. So I might have to go back and redo this, but however, I like the way it looks. So I was going to go ahead and do the sealing of the foam with your classic plasti dip, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do the boots next. So to finish up all the foam at once, and then we're going to seal at once and then paint all at once. And for that, I went and bought some cheap boots from the Walmart. Yeah, so I got these black beauties right here, and I think they'll work. I wanted to have them a little bit taller, but I couldn't find any that were in my price range for what I want out of this. These were 30 bucks, and they're brand new. But if I find something better that gonna goes all the way up to the knee, I might go and get that instead. Because my idea, where'd it go? Because my idea is to take the shin pieces like this, also details done, and kind of attach them to the top of the boot like that, so they don't move, and we'll have some sort of fastener in there so that it stays and doesn't go up and down when you're moving. And because I've had that happen before, thanks Farrah. And yeah, so I want to try these boots, make sure they work, start working on the foam pieces for that. So that's what I'm gonna do next. Okay, it's been about 2 weeks since I last recorded a video, and a lot's happened by then, including this nice haircut. Yeah, but I got the boots done. I think they're gonna look really, really good. And instead of gluing them on the boots, I think I'm gonna just kind of treat these almost as boot covers and get some straps and tie them together to the boot so that I can take them off. And if I want to get a different kind of boot later on, or need to change boots for some reason, it'll be easy just to slide them back on a different boot. So that's done, and all the details on this is done, and I put some little bit of battle damage with my Dremel just on it. But yeah, I'm really happy about how this turned out. And the other thing I've done this past 2 weeks is paint tests. So what I did,
I have all of these little samples of, of foam that I treated differently with different primers, with different sealers, and different base coats, and different green paints. So like for example, this one is with Plasti Dip, and then I put like a gunmetal base coat and then use my airbrush to paint on some acrylic. It's okay. Like this one is just Plasti Dip and then brushed on that acrylic paint that I found. And this one, this one has Plasti Dip and gold, then a gold base paint, and then acrylic airbrushed on it. But I have decided on this one. This is Plasti Dip, and then the gold base paint, and then a really light coat of acrylic, not acrylic, sorry, it's this. Just spray paint. Satin Italian Olive from Krylon. And this has a really nice coloring. It has the gold undertones in it. And I color matched that with, I really should dust this off, my Halo 3 Legendary Edition, I believe it's called, cat helmet, which is just really just a display thing. But yeah, it matches really, really close to it. And I'm very happy with how that looks. The difficulty for me will be the actual painting. I've never done this technique before, so it's going to be interesting. I can put the base coat of the gold on there, which is this Rust-Oleum vintage gold. Aged metallic is what they had the best gold that they had at Home Depot. But yeah, I'm probably going to start with like these boots first and seal them and then put the gold undercoat on it, and then just practice having that really light coat of the green. So this thing, this is only one light coat of the green, one pass, and doing it from very far away. But it's like I said, it's not a technique I've worked on before. So that's gonna be fun to do. And like I said, I'm gonna start with the boots and kind of work my way from the ground up, so that if it doesn't look as good at the boots, it'll be fine. They're supposed to be kind of messed up anyways, because they're boots. And people don't really look at your shoes, right? So yeah, so I guess next step will be sealing and then painting. Hey, I've been painting all weekend and I wanted to show my progress, and we're gonna have a new version of Master Chief, which is Gold Master Chief. All right, check this out. It's like C-3PO, right? Show the chest piece off. I think once this fully dries, I'm going to put it all on and see what a Golden Master Chief looks like. Hello, I am C-3PO, Human Cyborg Relations. So that's going to be pretty cool. Next step will be to paint the little green over it. And actually, there's one other thing I want to show. Alright, so I did a test of the arm pieces that go on the glove of Master Chief. And this is how it turned out.
Oop, see, okay. Right there. So you kind of see the gold in it, and I've already done some of the weathering and some dry brushing as well. But yeah, I really like the color, really like how it turns out. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. All right, so the gold is done on all the foam pieces like this. And when I put them all on, I look like C-3PO. But, so next is doing the green, just a light layer, a single layer over the foam so that you can see kind of a blend of it. And I've done the first foam pieces. Like I said, I'm gonna start with the foot, and here's some of the pieces here, or the boot, excuse me. And yeah, I really like how this is turning out. It's mostly green, but under certain light, some of the gold does shine through. I think this is the exact color I need. And so after this, I'm gonna do some shadows with black, and then paint. Most of the details actually are black in this. And with all of that done, I think this is gonna look really, really nice. And then we're gonna seal it with some varnish. So next, just turn it around, spray a little bit as much when it goes around, and all right, so here we go. Oh, that looks pretty good. Yeah, now it's green. I really like how this is turning out. It's kind of hard not to just all over and just make it a solid color, but this type of paint, these gradients look really good. Just touch it up just a little more. Like I said, with a little more, when I do the weathering and the details and the shadows and everything, it's gonna look even better. But yeah, now to do the rest of the pieces. All right, it's a new day, and I got all the green painted on the foam, and I think it's gonna turn out okay. Got my nice chest piece here. It was really hard getting it very even, painting the green over the gold. And so you can I think I did the best job on the chest piece actually, because I took the slowest amount of time with it, because this is like the piece, like I've said. But yeah. So next is to go, and I'm gonna take some black and fill in some of the details. Like these little holes will be black. I think all of this is black, and that's black. So it's a little bit of I guess the off color of the costume is black. After that's done, I'm gonna get my airbrush and get black again and fill in some of the shadows. So like, if you look under here, like under here, the green didn't cover as much, but I'm gonna fill in all under here with shadows anyways, and just very light to kind of, bring some depth. And like all of this area is gonna be black. So I hope I have enough to fill it all in. And see, after that, yeah, shadows, highlights. Oh, and then I'm gonna take a dry brush. Yeah, we're gonna dry brush some silver on the edges, which I have an example of that. I think I've shown this before, but this is the arm piece that was 3D printed, and I've gone ahead and done all the steps to it. I don't know if you can really see it. Let's see. You can kind of see the silver on it. Yeah, it's very light. The light really bounces off of it. So, I'm gonna do the same thing for the armor and see how it turns out. Hey, it's another day of just painting and painting the shadows and highlights into a lot of the foam pieces. And I'm really excited about how this looks because here's a piece that just has the base paint on it. It has the green. I've painted a lot of the black acrylic on a piece. I actually missed a spot, but I'll go back and paint it on in a second. So this has no shadows or no details or anything into it. And this piece does. This is the opposite. This is the right leg, that's the left leg. But yeah. This is looking so good. I thought about painting the highlights, painting some gold into the highlights. We'll see. You can still see some of the gold in the paint job. I think right up there, didn't get it fully covered, fully blended in, but I think that's gonna look good. I just went over with a chip brush and did some dry brushing, and kind of bring out some of the edges with silver. Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing that. And then we'll be done with the foam armor, at least with the painting of it. It'll look good. This is the last update for this video because I'm done painting. Look at it, you just saw the weathering that was done on the silver on the edges there, and I'm super excited about how this turned out. I've already posted this paint job to Instagram, and yeah, I'm very pleased with it. So next up, I'll be doing the same thing with the 3D printed helmet, but that will be on the next video, so hope to see you over there.